Hello there, you made it to Thursday. I'm meteorologist Cody Matz with a quick look at your forecast. You've also made it to kind of the lull in our two-part storm. First part was the accumulating snow. Now the second part is we get to blow all that snow around. It was the light, fluffy stuff. Man, was it fluffy. In a lot of cases, anywhere from 4 to 8+ inches in some spots. We'll talk snow totals here in just a second, but now we get to blow it all around. Bit of a lull, like I mentioned, as we're not really cranking up the winds until Thursday late into Thursday evening, Thursday night. That will extend through Friday into early Saturday morning. Blizzard warnings posted for areas south of 94 and the southern and western fringes of the Twin Cities metro included in that. Now, not necessarily the urban areas, but you get south of Lakeville, you get southwest of Shakopee, you get west of Delano into Wright County, into Carver County, into Scott and Dakota County. That's where there is a blizzard warning in place. So expect whiteout conditions at times. And even if visibility increases and you're able to kind of see down the road a little bit, travel could be very, very difficult, if not impossible. You're talking about blowing and drifting a foot of snow around, which can give you 4, 5, 6 foot snow drifts. Even when the plow goes by, you could find those drifts in that same spot again just after a few minutes' time. That's all it takes to kind of move that very, very light and fluffy snow around. You run into one of those on a roadway, you're not going to be in great shape, and then suddenly you're stuck. And wind chills are 35, 40, 45 below zero, you're going to run into a life-threatening situation pretty quickly. So travel is not advised. In fact, travel is discouraged greatly in the blizzard warning zones over the next, say, 48 hours or so. Winter storm warning spots. This is not for accumulating snow. This is for blowing snow, just not hitting that blizzard criteria. There could still be some whiteout conditions at times. There will still be some significant drifting, and travel is not recommended in a lot of these spots. It's all areas generally north of 94. So that is generally Thursday evening through Friday into Saturday morning. This on the cusp, obviously, after the fluffy snow that fell. Officially 8.1 inches at MSP Airport. 7.4 of that actually fell on December 21st, the calendar day. That was actually a calendar day record for the 21st of December. Record was actually set back in 1920, so it's been a while. Green Isle, 8.5. Ramsey and Lakeville, about 8 inches or so. Most of us were 6s and 7s. River Falls, Wisconsin, a little under 8. Lino Lakes, Dassel, White Bear Lake coming in with that. A lot more on our lists. Hopkins over 7. New Brighton, New Prague there as well. Just under that in Jordan. Woodbury a little over 6.5. Both St. Paul and Minneapolis between kind of 6 and 6.5. And then there are more, especially just outside of the metro. Hutchinson a little over 6, New Ulm coming in with 6 as well. New Richmond at 5.9, Red Wing at 5.5, St. Cloud at 5, Owatonna there as well. Brainerd coming in with 4. So most areas in kind of that 4 to 8 inch range, give or take, exactly what we were expecting. It was a whole lot of fluff. Now we get the cold. It's rushing in. It's been rushing in. This is 7 a.m. Wednesday. Wanted to point out a couple things. Watch Casper, Wyoming, and how fast it falls. Look at that. Watch Denver a little later, Wednesday afternoon, 3 p.m., 50 degrees. A couple hours later, below zero. So an incredible strength to this cold air as it all surges its way south and eastward, and now affecting major airports with a flash freeze. Dallas down to 21, was just in the 40s about 90 minutes before I recorded this. 17 now in St. Louis, about to really fall at Chicago O'Hare, which will cause some significant airport issues. So there's the leading edge of the cold front, continuing eastward, what we call post-frontal or behind our cold front. We have a band of heavy snow, putting down 2, 3, 4 inches of snow. All that moving eastward will combine with more moisture across the East Coast, and it's just going to be a mess. And look at all of the watches, warnings, advisories, all dealing with some form of cold or blowing snow or falling snow all the way into the deep south. In fact, 250 million Americans dealing with some of this. So across the upper Midwest, I know a lot of us will be driving. I suggest holding off until at least Saturday, especially in our blizzard warning zones, which continue to expand. They've actually expanded these to parts of North Dakota and into sections of southern Iowa. So there's your corridor of the worst conditions. Just outside of that, plenty of blowing snow across Wisconsin, the rest of Iowa and northern Illinois, falling snow east of there. Blizzard warnings up east of the Great Lakes into the lake effect snow machine. So there's just a lot of snow, a lot of wind, and a lot of blowing snow moving forward. That, of course, included in the colder temperatures, all staying sub-zero as we head through the day. Thursday, 4 below for high temperature in the Twin Cities. Thursday afternoon, most of us will be in the single digits sub-zero. Really crank up the wind machine as we get into Thursday night and into Friday. Temperatures just going to kind of bounce around in those single digits sub-zero for pretty much the foreseeable future right through the day on Friday. Friday afternoon will be the worst of the wind. Then we finally start calming down as we head into Saturday, and much calmer but still cold just in time for Christmas Day.